Okay, let's be real for a second. We all have those habits, right? The ones we wish we could just stop.
hmm Like mindlessly scrolling your phone or that automatic snack grab mid-afternoon.
Exactly. And they can feel so ingrained, almost impossible to
But
change.
they're really not. That's the encouraging part. You absolutely can rewrite them.
So that's what we're digging into today. We've looked at the science behind habits.
Yeah, the aim is to give you a really practical, step-by-step approach. Not just willpower, but actual strategy for replacing those unwanted routines.
Okay, so step one seems to be understanding what's even driving the habit in the first place. The material talks about a habit loop. What's that about?
Right, the habit loop is basically a three-part process happening in your brain. Cue, routine, reward.
Cue, routine, reward.
Okay, so the cue is the trigger. It could be anything, really stress, boredom, certain time of day.
Like seeing a notification pop up on your phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe finishing dinner is the cue for dessert.
Gotcha. And the cue kicks off the routine, which is the habit itself.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Checking the phone, eating the dessert, biting your nails, whatever it is, that's the action.
And then the reward. That's the payoff.
That's the payoff. It's what your brain gets out of it. Comfort, maybe distraction, a little dopamine hit, something that feels good in that moment.
Even if the good feeling isn't actually helpful long term, like feeling sluggish after too much sugar.
Right. The brain just registers that immediate satisfaction. It's what makes the loop stick.
So if you want to change a habit, you first have to figure out your own loop. How do you do that? Like, what should you ask yourself?
Good question. It's kind of like detective work. Ask, when does this usually happen?
Yeah.
What am I feeling right before I do it? Stress, boredom, tiredness,
Okay.
and then what do I feel like I get from doing it? What's the immediate outcome or feeling? Understanding those three parts, your specific cue, routine, reward is crucial.
All right, let's say you've identified your loop.
Yeah.
What's next? Because just saying, okay, stop doing that rarely works, does it? Feels like fighting yourself.
You're spot on. Yeah, just trying to suppress it, white knuckle it, it's usually not sustainable. The key idea from the research is replacement.
Replacement. Okay.
Your brain still expects that reward after the cue.
Yeah.
So you need to offer it a different routine that provides a similar payoff, ideally a healthier one.
Ah, that makes sense. So you keep the cue, you satisfy the reward craving, but you swap out the middle part, the routine.
Exactly. So if boredom cues phone scrolling, maybe the replacement is reading like one article on a topic you like or listening to a song.
Right. Or if stress makes you want a snack.
You could try, say, 5 deep breaths or chewing some gum, maybe a quick walk around the block if possible, something different that addresses that underlying need for relief or distraction.
And the trick is making the new thing easy to do, right? Especially at first.
Yes, make it easy. Focus on just doing the new thing, not doing it perfectly. Progress over perfection is key here. Small wins add up.
Okay, so replacing the routine is huge. What about managing the triggers, the cues themselves?
Yeah, you can definitely be strategic about cues. You can set up positive cues.
Like how?
Well, if you want to read more, maybe put a book where your phone usually sits. Want to go to the gym? Lay out your clothes the night before. Set reminders, alarms, things that prompt the new habit.
Makes sense. And then I guess you try to get rid of the negative cues, the ones that trigger the habit you don't want.
Exactly that. It's often about changing your environment. If junk food tempts you, maybe move it out of sight or don't buy it in the first place.
Out of sight, out of mind, like turning off notifications you don't really need.
Precisely. Reducing those triggers just makes it easier to stick to your new plan. You're not constantly fighting temptation.
Now, this all sounds great, but change takes time. It's not instant. How long are we talking, realistically?
Yeah, patience is vital. It really varies, but research suggests anywhere from like 21 days to 66 days, sometimes even longer, for a new habit to feel automatic. It depends on the habit, the person.
So weeks or months, potentially. How do you stay motivated during that time?
Tracking your progress really helps. Seriously, just a simple check mark on a calendar or using an app.
Yeah.
Note down when you did do the new routine.
And celebrate those small wins.
Absolutely. Acknowledge them. It reinforces the positive change in your brain and keeps you going.
And what if you mess up? You skip a day or fall back into the old habit?
It happens to everyone. The key is self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Just notice it, maybe see if you can spot what triggered the slip-up, and then just start again.
Right. Don't let one slip derail the whole process.
Exactly. Just recommit the next time the cue appears. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
So it really comes down to understanding the mechanics, being strategic,
Yeah,
and being kind to yourself through the process.
pretty much. You created the original habit, maybe unconsciously, but you did. And that means you absolutely have the power to change it, to design a new one.
It's about awareness, consistency with the replacement.
And believing that those small steps really do add up to significant change over time.
That's actually really empowering when you think about it that way. Okay, so for everyone listening, maybe take a second right now. Think about one little habit loop you noticed today.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
And then consider, what's one tiny, easy replacement you could maybe experiment with just this week? See